go. So basically, yeah, I'm the Offgrid Norseman, and I'm just here to tell you about my experiences of living off-grid or trying to live off-grid. At the time, I just started working in a garden centre, and I worked in the garden centre and hadn't been there long, and I was in the tea room, and I got speaking to the boss lady. She tells me that that's her last day, and she says that she's not going on after that. Long story short, I opened my doors to my own tea room fairly soon after that. I found something I was good at. I found something that I could do. And it got quite successful. We were doing really well. So I decided, well, we need our own place now. I'm a businessman. I want to get a new flat. I want to get our own place. We've got the money. We can afford it. Let's get our own place. And it got to that time. Me and my partner, and we had a little one, and we said, right, let's get our own place. And we lived on this caravan site 5 minutes away from the tea room. But just like anybody, we've got pitch fees. We've got bills. We've still got to pay the money to be on this site. Every single day, I'm walking down this track, and one day, I don't know how I saw it, I have no idea how I saw it to this day, but on a tree, pushed back, right in the bushes, it was an advert for the land. We put in a bid, and just like we thought, the bids were low, they were scarce, and there was limited interest in it. I don't think they saw what I saw, so we won it, and I became the landowner. It turned out it was an unrestricted freehold. And I thought, well, you can't go wrong with that. I mean, the definition in the dictionary is unrestricted. It has no restrictions. Freehold, you own everything that's on that land that can't be removed. So it's only an acre, but it was mine. I basically threw everything from the tea room into the land. Because the land's on the way home back to the caravan site, I'm working on the land. We're clearing it away to get the caravan on. So, although our lifestyle wasn't conventional or glamorous, we moved on to the land. We were barely there, I would say, a holiday's worth, until the council and the authorities came in. And they turned up and they said that our presence there was squatting. And we were squatters. And the possessions that we had there, they were flighted. Firstly, the National Park Authority, they decided to send their enforcement officers round. They said that my land was not unrestricted. That's what they implied, and I had the paperwork, I had what I knew, I had the law, I had it all written down in paperwork. That's not the case. You can't tell me that I can't use the land. So when we disagreed on that, they invited me in for a meeting at their office. They wanted to sit down, they wanted to go through all what they had with me. So I said, okay, fair enough, I'll come in and I'll bring everything I've got with me. And it turned out that, in my opinion, and it must have been the case because we top-trumped them because they got very frustrated that they couldn't convince us our paperwork was fraudulent from the solicitor, and they banished us from the council office. And they basically kicked us out and said, we're not getting anything done here, no resolution, leave. So we left. Shortly after that, another enforcement officer turns up. We think we've won. We've won this, there's nothing they can do now. We've given them solicitor letters, the deeds, we've shown them all the paperwork that says there is nothing wrong with what I'm doing. Surely we've won here, but unfortunately I think they took it as a personal vendetta. We weren't quite easily persuaded to hand over hard-earned cash. Because that's what it was. They wanted me to pay planning permission, or they wanted me to pay a fine. So either way, they got money from me for the caravan. I refused. I thought, I put too much money into this, that's not how this is worked, this is a mafia protection racket, I'll be fine. But alas, they did, they sent another woman out and she proceeded to tell me what I could and couldn't keep on my own land. And I recorded the whole thing. So I knew, for the future, what I needed to get off the land. We got to the end, and she declared that she didn't have a problem with anything on the land apart from the caravan, because the caravan was the issue, the caravan had to go. She said that the caravan was the breach of the planning permission. If the caravan was removed, they could ignore everything else. Because I wasn't there living, they would ignore that I was using it for recreational purposes. But I got on Facebook and I started making a video about it, getting ranting, getting angry about this assumption. I've wasted all my money, basically all I've ever had. I even tagged the National Park Authority in the rant so they can see what I was doing. They responded, however, to me publicising them. They were going to put me in the newspaper, and the local newspaper, and they branded me. It was something along the lines, but don't hold me to it. They implied I was a deranged domestic terrorist, warped with conspiracy theories and arrogant, and how a judge himself said I believed I was above the law. And for a caravan. See, at first, I laughed. I found it very funny. I thought, it brand me a criminal. These people joking, but it worked. Because what I noticed after that is that the footfall in my tea room fell rapidly within weeks. And it wasn't long before the rent was missed, tensions got high, and I had to close those doors for the last time. Everything gone just like that, because of a newspaper article, because of a caravan. Shortly after that, me and my partner at the time, we split up. I've lost everything now. I have got nothing, absolutely nothing at all. But I thought, I do have that caravan. They can't physically pick the land up and take it off me, but they could take the caravan. So I got the caravan off the land. I complied, and I thought, it's probably for the best. While I was taking my break away from the land, and I'd given up with that, and it was all done, the National Park Authority decided to turn up, and they decided to take everything else I owned to the landfill. Fence posts, fencing, they took the tools in the shed they were in, they took the garden gnomes, they took everything. They pulled up the trees, they pulled up the plants. I'm not even joking. It looked like somebody had just come in, giant sized baseball bat, and just smashed the place to pieces. Their reasoning for this was they came to get the caravan. I lost it. I'm not even going to lie. I lost it, and that was the end. That there was the end. I had complied. I had taken the caravan off. It had been removed. I was told on the video I had as evidence it was only the caravan. But the caravan is still on my driveway, or my mother's driveway, and where's all my stuff? It's all gone. It's been thrown to a landfill. They then sent me a letter on apparently realising this, and they thought, oh yes, that's right, we did send all your stuff to a landfill, so now you owe us money because we had to take time out of our hands to come to your land, steal all your stuff, and take it to the landfill. And I said, well, what about my money? Why did you take it to a landfill? Oh, it had no monetary value. I said, are you joking? That's my chainsaw. Monetary value, and not only that, the sentimental value of a lot of the other stuff that was there. To this day, I'm still waiting for that stuff back, and I still haven't received it. However, I did receive another meeting from the enforcement officers to come out and just check the job, to make sure that the land was all cleared. And they then proceeded to fine me once again for a gravel path and a 4-foot trampoline. Planning breach. I mean, who knew? So, after it went to court and I was advised, you're not going to be able to fight this. It gets to a point where, no, I've given up. It was basically the straw that broke the camel's back. That was me, done. I was out. They sunk me into immense debt that I'm still struggling with now. And it's for a trampoline, a caravan. It just didn't make sense to me. It really didn't. But I did look into a lot, because what the National Park did initially is they sparked something in me to look at what's going on. Why is that law in place to stop me living on my own land with my caravan? But the land was forgotten and dormant. I found myself considering selling it. I needed quick cash. I needed money. With that money I could get a flat. With that money I could get back on my feet. And it was in my mind, should I sell that for financial gain? So in November last year, I moved onto the land. Numerous reasons, but one of the main reasons, I had nothing else to do. What am I going to do? I'm going to put myself out there and I'm going to do it. They could try and kick me off. They could come and clear away all my stuff again. They could send the bailiffs. But what they can't do is they can't stop me rebuilding it every time they come and knock it down, because that's up to me. That's up to me. I could choose to give up. Since November to now, I have had so much support for what I've done, because I haven't just moved onto the land, I've built a home. I've gone out, I've got reclaimed wood, I've got reclaimed materials, pallets, tarps, a bell tent. I put it all together to make my home, following their guidelines. Pallets don't need planning permission, and there are no rules to say how they should be stored. And yes, conventionally, pallets should be stacked up in a nice pile, but if you choose to put them together in a house shape, then I can see no problem with that, because it's still pallets. Pallets don't need planning permission. I've got shower, I've got solar, I've got 7 cats, I've got a dog. As of the other day, I've got 4 cats, not just the one. I've even got 2 turtles in the greenhouse, you know. If I leave my land, I'm terrified that they're going to come back. And they're going to take, because it's not just the caravan anymore, it's not just fence posts. My entire life, right now, is being protected by 7 chickens, 1 cat, 3 kittens, and 2 turtles. And I got to that point now where I just thought, do you know what, I'm going to live in the woods. I'm going to get to YouTube. I'm going to start making YouTube videos. Because I hear you can make money making YouTube videos, so I'm going to give that a go. So I've given it a go. And for the last 50 episodes I've done on the Offgrid Norseman, It's going quite successful. I went from nothing to I think 200 and something subscribers in the first 50 episodes that I've done. To me, 200 subscribers, I think that's good. My ultimate goal realistically is to do workshops. I want people to come along. I want people to see what I'm doing. I want people to get involved. Thing is I'm no longer interested in following the rules. The people that made up the rules aren't concerned on our own happiness. Do we really want a community of 50-odd hippies living in the woods? No, we'd rather not. So they put rules into place to stop that. But unfortunately, those rules don't just stop hippies living off in the woods, but it stops normal, everyday people, like people that want to live off-grid. It stops them, because they use those rules against you. Oh yeah, well we had these guys once went into the woods. Well, so what if you had some guys once do something? These people don't have a grey area, it's black and white, and if you don't obey by the rules, then you're not allowed to do it. I've been at the mercy of generosity from people since November, and there were times, like I said, I thought I was going to die. Yeah, I never did. I never gave up, and I'm still going now. And now I've got to this point where if people do continue to support me, and they do continue to say, right, you know, I can see what you're doing, I like that, I'm going to give you support, then I'm going, and I very fully intend to do so, I'm going to build my land into a fortress. And if I have to dig a moat, I will dig a moat. If I have to put walls 20 foot high, I will put walls up 20 foot high, because it's not so much I'm trying to cause problems with the government, it's more I'm trying to defend my land from my own government. Now, does that not sound silly? It sounds to me like a joke, but it has become my reality, and that is now what I do. So that's where I'm at, and that's where I'm at. Thank you.